Hi, I'm Marie from Wild My Life, and today we're visiting Wildwood Animal Park in Kent. Let's get started. Wildwood Animal Park is situated in 40 acres of beautiful ancient woodland near Canterbury, Kent. The park is unique in that it specialises in native British species, including bears, wolves and bison. Wildwood is more than just a wildlife park. It's run by a charity dedicated to restoring nature through rewilding projects, and by visiting the park, you help to support their mission to bring back Britain's lost wild spaces and animals. It's a lovely place to visit, walking around the stunning ancient woodlands, spotting animals in their natural habitat. If you're visiting with children, there's also a large wooden play area. There's also a cafe and other food outlets and a gift shop. So we've arrived quite early, just after the park opened, which is at 10 o'clock at this time of year. The summer opening hours are 10 till 5. So we've driven here today. There's a nice large car park right next to the entrance with some disabled parking spaces as well. And if you have a look, there's the entrance, nice and close, so not too much of a walk at all. You can order your tickets online, or you can get them at the ticket desk on the day. You can also get annual passes, which allow you to skip the queues a little bit, and carers go free. Now, Wildwood do have sensory bags available. I assume it's on a first come, first served basis. It's a great idea. The bag contains ear defenders, fidget toys, and a little PEX card to help children express their emotions. You can take this out from the ticket office. It's totally free, but you just have to hand over some keys or something as a deposit, just to make sure that you bring it back. So Ethan's headed straight to the large wooden play area. This is close to the entrance and is also right next to the cafe, the ice cream shack, and the main picnic area. The park has 2 zip lines, swings, climb-in towers, and a seasonal drop slide. And there's also a separate small area for the under 5s. As far as I could tell, there was only one way in and out, so nice and secure. And the park is quiet now, but does become extremely busy at lunchtimes. So heading off on the trail, it's pretty much a circular walk. So by following the signs, it will bring you back to the entrance exit at the end. I do believe that you're encouraged to go clockwise, but I don't think it's a strict rule as such. And Ethan has taken us the opposite way round. So that might actually be quite a good tip for those with autistic children who don't like crowds, because it's definitely very quiet going this way round when the park has just opened. So the first animal area we've come to is the rat barn. Ethan really likes these dark habitats. They're dotted all around the park, and it allows you to see animals that are asleep in their burrows.
Yeah, it's in the rat.
So there he goes. It really is a lovely park to walk around. You're in ancient woodland. It's really peaceful. Even when it gets really busy, there's lots of peaceful areas as you walk around, and the trees provide lovely dappled shade, so you don't get too hot on sunny days. So here we are at the bee zone. You'll see these little sensory signs dotted around the park showing you where there are quieter areas. There's also this warning sign for the bee zone, as obviously you don't want to go in if you have an allergy to bee stings or a heart condition. The main hives are behind a glass panel, although there's no roof on the enclosure or anything like that, but I didn't actually notice many bees flying around on the path. We then went on to see the wolves. They were all still sleeping at this point, but we swung by later and saw them from a distance. You can also see a sign for the Easter trail here for the kids that are doing the trail on the school holidays. So the path as you go around the woodland is a little bit rough, as you might expect, but it is accessible to wheelchairs, mobility scooters and pushchairs. The only area of the park that isn't accessible in that way is Bear Bridge, which we're coming to now. So this is Bear Bridge. This is really exciting. This is the first time I've actually been on it. It's an enclosed rope bridge that goes all the way over the bear enclosure, enabling you to get a bit of a better view of the bears. It's not always open. Sometimes when I've been there, it's been closed. I think that's sometimes for repairs or maybe in bad weather, etc. But it is open today. It's one way, and it has a viewing platform part the way along, and then it carries on again. It's really long, the bridge. It's longer than I thought. I was surprised. So Ethan really loves this part. It's a little bit like Go Ape, if you've been on that. A little bit wobbly. As I say, all the way along, you can have a look out to see if you can see some bears. Definitely a favourite with the children. So we've reached the middle now. This is the viewing platform.
Ethan, should we look out the window?
You can see the bear enclosure is really big. Now, if you look over You can see a bear in the distance. I'll mark it on the video. You can see him walking around over there. And then we carry on. Now this bit of the bridge is even longer than the first bit. I was really surprised. I didn't realise it was this long. As I say, it's one way. Yeah. And here's a view of the bridge from the side. Now here we get to see a bear. They run really fast. And then you see it start to climb a tree. I did annoyingly stop filming at that point, but I don't know if you can still see it's climbing the tree. It climbed it really fast and really high. I had no idea that bears could do that. I actually found it quite frightening. And then you can see him just coming back down there. I felt really lucky to have seen that. As I say, it's not something I've ever seen before. And here's the bear closer up. Now, as you walk down from Bear Bridge and you come to the place where you can see them a bit closer, there's actually some picnic benches. So we stopped there to have our picnic lunch. And it was really nice to sit amongst the trees and watch the bears whilst we ate. So next up was the badger and polecat enclosure. And they had one of these little dark habitats where you can see them in their burrows. So this is one of Ethan's favourite areas. You have these little tunnels where you can go into the dark to see the badgers sleeping in their burrows. In a minute you'll see that you can actually go around to the front of the glass enclosure there and see the children peering out from a little hole when they go into that tunnel. I'll just do that now. So yeah, Ethan's going in, then you just run round. And I don't know if I can really catch it on camera very well, but you can see your kids peeking out. So that's quite a good photo opportunity. Here's the polecats as well in their burrows, just heading out. Never seen one of them before, so really chuffed. And here is a badger actually asleep in their burrow. I've never seen a live badger before, only the poor little ones that you see by the side of the road, you know. So I was really chuffed to see that this time. So coming back outside, you get to see the outside portion of their enclosure, and I guess they're just in these at night time, being as they're nocturnal animals. We didn't see any red squirrels this time. They weren't out. Normally they are, and they are just running amok in their enclosure, but they were all sleeping when we came round. And here we are at the Konik Horse enclosure. So Ethan likes to have a bit of a run and explore, but he's a bit of an escape artist. But I feel like I can relax at Wildwood because it's a nice secure park. I didn't see any vehicles driving around, so I felt that, as I say, I could relax and give him a bit of independence. Here we are at the European Bison enclosure. And Wildwood have been responsible for rewilding bison into the local woods, the local ancient woodland, Blean Woods in Canterbury. And the park is actually right next to those woods, so you can go up a ramp on the edge of the park, look out onto the wild woods, and hopefully spot some of those bison. So here's the ramp. It goes up above the main level of the park. You can see some goats as you climb up it off to the left. And then once you get up to the top, you've got some information about the project, the Blean project, and you look out onto this fantastic view of the ancient woodland Blean Woods, and hopefully, if you're lucky, spot some of the wild bison there. Around the area of the platform, you also have another quiet area of the park for deer and some elk. The elk are absolutely huge and amazing to see. We then carried on round, looking at lots of the other animals that you can see here at Wildwood. You can see some wild boar there. And then Ethan found this pizza shack and decided to have a pizza. The lady that was cooking the pizzas was really nice and let him watch the pizzas being cooked and explained everything that was happening. So he absolutely loved her. We sat and ate our pizza opposite the Artic Fox walkthrough. That's where the pizza shack is. And that's where we decided to go once we'd finished. So this is the Artic Fox walkthrough. Again, it's a sort of raised platform walk all the way through the Artic Fox enclosure. There were plenty of them running around in here, but they were quite fast, so I didn't manage to get any footage of them. So we then headed back to the entrance exit area of the park where they've got the cafe, some other food outlets, and the main picnic area and the play park. As you can see, it's gotten way busier than when we first got there, so this is around lunchtime. There's also some rabbits and some chickens around there. We then went back into the park and had a quick look at the reptile house. That's another one of those dark areas, and some other animals. That's just the reindeer. And then Ethan spent the rest of his time having a bit of a run around, running up and down the nice quiet walkways. As I said, even though it's lunchtime and you saw how busy it was in the lunch area, there's still nice, peaceful, quiet areas as you go around the park. It's a really nice place to be. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll be doing some more reviews of green attractions and days out over the next few weeks. To catch those and to see more videos about UK wildlife and green lifestyle, including wildlife gardening and easy tips about how you can help wildlife and nature at home, please subscribe. See you next time.